I have 4 cups of water in here. That's about a liter. The water, guys, is filtered and non-chlorinated. Very important. Now I'm gonna add 3/4 cups of salt. I am using non-iodized sea salt. I know this seems like a lot of salt, but that is what we need for our fermentation. So what I'm gonna do is simply stir it until it dissolves and then turn off the heat and let it cool down. Okay, I'm gonna use a quart jar for this. I'm gonna use small, firm tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, whatever you want, but they have to be hard. If they're too ripe, don't use them. So I'm gonna start stacking the tomatoes with some garlic cloves, some basil, some parsley, and some chili peppers. I'm also gonna use fennel seeds and mustard seeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit at the bottom here. If any of your tomatoes burst while you're putting them in the jar, please remove them. Like that, guys, something like that. Really, really pretty. Please, some rules of thumb. Do not use antibacterial soap for your hands or the jar or anything you're gonna be using when you're fermenting stuff, because we need that bacteria, okay? Wash your hands, of course, but just not with antibacterial. Okay, now I'm gonna start putting in the brine. Don't squish those tomatoes too hard, you don't want them to pop. But we do need to have them all covered. I'm gonna use extra basil leaves to put on top of these tomatoes to stop them from floating. You can also use grape leaves or a little piece of plastic wrap. Just be gentle, don't press too hard. Now I'm just gonna put my weight on top. Make sure your weight isn't too heavy. Again, you do not want these tomatoes to burst. So I'm going to put my jar on top of a plate in case it starts seeping out as it ferments. So I only used less than half of the brine here. I'm going to keep it in the fridge, and every day I'm going to check and make sure that everything is covered in brine. If it's not, I'm going to add more. You can only keep your brine for up to a week, guys. Otherwise you need to make fresh, okay? I'm going to place it on the counter in a dark spot, away from direct sunlight. And this is day 5 of our fermented tomatoes, and I want to show you we have a little film of scum on top. I'm just going to remove it. There's nothing wrong with this. I just want this to keep on fermenting for 2 or 3 more days, okay? And then we will test it. So very carefully, I'm just going to take it off. As you can see, we have plenty of brine still in here, so I'm not gonna worry about adding any more. This is day 7 of our tomatoes. It has that little layer again on top, which I'm gonna remove, just like the other day. I'm gonna wash my hands so we can take out the weight. I don't know if you can see, but the brine is cloudy, which is good. I'm gonna taste the brine to see if it tastes like pickle. And it does. And I'm just gonna press this down. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks, guys. And then we will have our tomatoes ready. I do want you to check and see if you are running out of brine. We want this to always be covered in brine. So if you do, just add new brine, make new one if you don't have any in the fridge, okay? Our tomatoes are ready for us to taste them. Look at this, the brine is super cloudy. They're not as bright red anymore. That's when we know they're ready to eat. Mm. Let's give them a try. Mmm. It's like a little bomb in your mouth. It's delicious. It has so much flavor. This is gonna last you in the fridge for about 6 months, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you soon.